We have 2 games remaining here in Season 2 of the West Virginia Dynasty. These are 2 of the toughest games on the schedule, facing BYU in the final home game for the Mountaineers, and then a final road matchup against Kansas State. There's a lot to sort through here in the Big 12. We are mathematically in the hunt to go to the Big 12 championship, but so are 11 teams at the moment. And as we take on BYU to start today's episode, we're going to meet the best quarterback we've faced this year, Lenoris Sellers, who transferred to BYU in the last offseason. If you're playing an offline dynasty, this is a cool way to get this look at the conference that you're in. But BYU is one of the teams in the Big 12 with the biggest budgets. Their roster NIL is over $3,600. Now, we have spent $3,200 on our NIL, and I've invested very little into anything else. BYU's offense is one of the best in the Big 12 this year, averaging 33 points per game. They are the 3rd highest scoring offense. They average 455 yards, and they're very productive both through the air, but also have the most effective running game in the conference. You can see here that we have the number 4. But are one of the lowest scoring offenses overall. And we're matched up against the defense allowing just 18 points per game. So yes, we have a chance to compete for the Big 12 championship, and we get to play this game at home. But it's maybe the toughest we have on the schedule. Today we're going to see where the postseason leads the Mountaineers. We are already bowl eligible with 7 wins. All year long, I've been trying to patch up this offense, and last episode, I ended up throwing 6 interceptions over 2 games, and there are 8 in the last 4. Playing that way is probably not going to lead to wins in either of these games today. I'd love to see Amari Latimer become a 1,000-yard running back. He's only 215 yards away from that. Nobody stands out in the receiving game at this stage, as we've been a low-efficiency passing attack that spreads the football around. And I would also like to see if Tyreek Jamison can wrap up a freshman All-American season. He leads us in tackles, has 3 sacks, 15 TFLs, and he's had chances at his first career interception, but hasn't come down with the football. Now, as his overall has risen this year, and it continues to grow, we've seen him go from a 68 to a 75. And now we see his awareness is an 86. These ratings have come up so far this year. Tyreek Jamison could be a cornerstone player for this team. However, with a higher overall leads to higher deal breaker expectations. Brand exposure is now more of a concern. As he's looking for B-, we have C-. Winning games is how you grow that brand exposure. We have 2 more chances here today to make this the most successful year 2 we can. So let's jump into these final 2 games to close out the year as BYU comes to Morgantown in our home finale. And we're changing up the look for this one. We're decked out here with all gold, including the gold helmet that I think looks really good with this uniform. No matter what happens, this is already a very successful year for West Virginia. But now is our chance to show that despite the up and down play from our team, that we can compete with the other 7-win teams vying for the chance to win the Big 12 this season. But without a doubt, I think this is our toughest matchup on the season, and I'm ready for it. Let's go. Are getting the football first, as we seem to do every single game. The Cougars will kick, and we are underway in the 11th game of the year. Terry Bussey on the return is wrapped up at the 15-yard line. So after 6 interceptions in the last 2 games, I have a few pivots I want to make to the passing game. Not just try to get the football out quick, but the types of passes that we're throwing. I think I want to use more of the width of the field, utilize all that space, rather than the more vertical area of the field. We'll start with a run. Heading outside, Amari Latimer is tackled by Avon Taylor for no gain. 5 across the line for BYU. Cougars drop 4, and Hawkins rolling right. Best option is to keep it, and he is able to get the first down. Hey, it only took me half the season to remember to change Penny Thompson's number, and he's wearing number 40. Checking in on first down. Good block, and Thompson's in the open field. Fly into the 40 and hit down with a big first down pickup. Saw there was a defender in man coverage against him. We did a good job of taking him out of the play. Now a dive ahead, a gain of 1. The crowd is decked out in all gold as well. 2nd down and 9. It's a give to Amari Latimer. Well defended. We come out empty on 3rd down. That's Jordan Allen in motion. Back to pass. Downfield. Too tall for Sam Hamilton. You gotta hit the open ones. We've spent this whole year facing freshmen and redshirt freshman quarterbacks. Now we're seeing one of the best in the game. And I just want to know what this looks like, because I think our defense has been far improved this year. There have been a couple games, though, where we just haven't been able to figure out any solutions. Here's the test now of facing Lenoris Sellers, who gives up the middle, and that's a wide open running lane. When the referee's the guy with the best chance to make the tackle, that's not good. Sellers back to pass for the first time, and how is that not a fumble? Tried to throw it and hit his own lineman. We're going to have to get some takeaways today. Defense is going to have to really help us out, make some splash difference-making plays. 2nd down and wide open. It's reeled in by Walker Lyons. Sellers fakes, faces a 5-man rush, and the pass is hauled in by Kyler Casper. Motion now from the receiver. Sellers fakes, and it gets to the outside. And we make the tackle. Tyreek Jamison is there. A lot of split shotgun from BYU. They swing it out to the back, and the tackle is made. They sure like this formation. 3rd and 13. Protection for Sellers, and the pass is hauled in, and the broken tackle from Lyons gets the first down. Red zone trip. Cougars running right into Cohen Fuller. No gain. Sellers brings a receiver into the backfield. That's Casper. 2nd down on the screen. Gets a block. Where were you going? Casper breaks the tackle. Down to the 4-yard line. We should have easily made this play. What is going on? Matt Sieg is right in front of him, and once the ball is caught, he just runs the opposite way. Where is he going? I get there are some coverage rules that trip me up often, but the ball was already caught. The play was run. Sellers calls his own number. Touchdown BYU. It's 6-0. Back to pass, and stepping away from the pressure is Hawkins. Yeah, the double tap just feels weird. I didn't always have to double tap, so that's going to be a new one to figure out. Like, I still get tripped up on the option because I have over a decade of a certain type of, button pressing muscle memory, the way the option's supposed to be run. I still struggle with that all the time. Rolling right now. Hawkins keeping again and getting 9. Hawkins again. All right, there's room. And look at that. No dive. Back to pass. On the slant is Prince Strawn for a first down. Caden Luke in the game as the play clock winds down. Here comes Terry Bussey in motion. And Hawkins runs the option, pitches to Bussey, and he slips away from a defender, taken down at the 16. Two tight ends and a fullback on the field. Play action. Complete to Cade Bush, spinning loose out of a tackle. Hit down at the 8. Back to Latimer. Slow start to his day, and now he plunges in for the West Virginia touchdown. That was a great possession. Great possession for the offense. Now can we get a stop or a turnover? Sellers, 2nd and 7. Extra man in protection. Quick throw over the middle. Making the tackle. It's a first down. Split backfield again. Extra man on the rush. Sellers is flushed and finds a receiver who steps out at the 38. On the carry, big lane to the right side. Down to the 21, Quentin Martin. Sellers 10 for 11 passing. Spreads the field out. It's a throw to the outside. Got to make the tackle to set up 3rd down. Crowd helping out our defense on 3rd and 8. Sellers to the end zone. Incomplete. Just threw it up. And the receiver could not get to the spot. So field goal coming up for BYU. 36-yard try. And this kick is up and good. I don't think I've seen an early second quarter field goal in slow motion like that. I don't know if that was like the crowd making it a tougher kick. Remember, I debuted this duo formation in our episode last time. And here's Hawkins on the keeper. You know, I think I hit it twice, but who knows? Throwing to Strong on the RPO. Hey, we're actually 2 for 2 throwing it his way. Man in motion. Out in space is Jordan Allen at receiver. Well, technically running back on that play. It's a gain of 6. And Latimer gets the carry. There's some daylight into the 2nd level for a first down. 4 receivers in the game. Here's a screen. They're all over it. That was nearly 6 the other way. I don't want you out there. I just wanted you to switch sides. Stay in to block. All right. We're not on the same page, clearly. Timeout. Play clock running down here. 3rd and 10. Throwing quick, and Bussey picks up a first down. Not a bad start, actually, for Michael Hawkins. Now 6 to Strawn. The main thing I'm doing differently is I'm doing less like high-low read passes, and I'm more so just trying to spread the defense out in the short areas, space them out, and just get a quick pass off. Or if it's not there, you know, it should happen fast enough to where we have the scramble option. Some of those, you know, high-low passes, you're coming across the middle, you have a linebacker sitting in the middle. The read takes longer. For me, anyway. So just calling plays where you can diagnose it very simply. Off the mark now for Jordan Allen. It's 4th and 1. And that's a 1.5 yards we need here. This is not an easy one. We're leaving the offense on. Here against BYU. Rolling Hawkins. He's going to go for it. No, he doesn't get there. As Sarah just runs him down. I thought Hawkins was going to get there like he usually is able to pick up that yard if you need it. We pass up the field goal and give it back to BYU. 10-7 in the first half. Sellers back to pass, and there he goes taking off for a first down and shows me how to dive. Inside give and bouncing right off of a linebacker. Quentin Martin has 54 yards. Why have they run it 4 times with him? We send 4. 2 minutes on the clock, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Pittman. It was thrown right to him. Sellers makes a huge first half mistake as the Mountaineers take over. You know, I forgot for a while that we had a turnover tradition because we weren't getting turnovers. Isn't that fun? We should do that more often. So 2 minutes left to go, but plenty of time to still run the ball, do whatever it is we want to do. And Hawkins trying to get away and just couldn't get past the tackle. Changing the play on 2nd and 13. And the pass is for Jordan Allen. Not much. I can't run this play without Allen on the field, so I'm just going to run this clock down a little bit. I think 45 seconds is decent. We still don't have Allen on the field even after a timeout. All right, tough third down. They change their look. It's thrown for Strawn, and he can't hold on to it. Incomplete. So off the turnover, we aren't going to come away with any points and leave BYU with 36 seconds. BYU will not run this snap, and that is the first half. Down by 3 going into halftime. We'll take that. We put together a really good touchdown drive. We got a turnover against Lenoris Sellers. But can we put this whole thing together? And the second half is underway. Cougars football. Sellers at the 14. Inside give. You have not looked good defending the run. Gain of 6. Sellers still has it and takes it inside for a first down. Sellers gets it to the outside. Another missed tackle in space. When we're looking at more defensive recruits, I'm going to have to keep a closer eye on the tackle rating as Sellers slides. We tend to miss a lot of tackles in these big games against good offenses. Sellers fakes inside and fires high, incomplete. West Virginia looking for another stop as Sellers rolls, throws complete. Finding JoJo Phillips. On the carry, nowhere to go. Ran right into us there. That's Ashton Woods. Again, third down for BYU. Now looking for 11. That's open over the middle. Stopped just shy of the mark. Offense stays on the field. We've gone forward on fourth down and failed. Now BYU brings out 2 tight ends. 4th and a yard. Straight ahead for a BYU first down. Another new set of downs for Sellers. He hooks up inside the 15 with Casper. Down to the 10. Here's a screen and a good move to the outside. Touchdown JoJo Phillips, and BYU goes up 2 possessions. Big possession for West Virginia. 5 across the line. BYU facing this Latimer carry. It's a gain of 7. Back to pass, and it is in there, but incomplete. Hawkins facing third down and gets chased down for the sack. Tried to run away from the first defender, and the second one got there. And West Virginia is going to have to give the ball back, down 2 possessions. Returnable across the 30, and the Cougars will retake the field. Play action. Sellers over the middle, and another catch. They've made these tough plays, and we know those are not plays that we've made very consistently this season. Extra man sent, open on the slant, and it's Phillips. Sellers fakes and has an open receiver. It's Lions for a first down. Not finding answers for the passing game. Already late third. Sellers at the 14. We drop 8. Sellers runs to the outside, sliding at the 10. 3rd and 4. Defense looking for a big play. And there's one missed tackle, but Fuller wraps up Martin. And they're leaving the offense on the field for 4th down. We'll head to the 4th quarter. Mountaineers looking for a big 4th quarter comeback, but first they're going to have to make sure the deficit doesn't get much larger. And BYU has reconsidered with the quarter change to just send out the field goal team, which will ensure we're going to have to find a way to get 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter. A carry going to Amari Latimer, getting 4. And I'm guessing Jordan Allen is just too banged up because he's been missing a lot of the snaps here in the second half. BYU brings pressure, rolling. Here's Hawkins. Sorry, Strawn, not this year. It's a first down run for Hawkins. Like, what can I really trust to throw? Especially on a 3rd down there. He keeps it. Hawkins gets a block, hurtling through the middle, and now accelerating away. And there he goes. It's Michael Hawkins to the end zone to make this a 1-possession game. Cougars running inside. It's a gain of 3. Bryson Banks on the stop. Come on, defense. BYU at their own 21. Running again on 2nd down. This is a gain of 6. We have a chance with BYU looking for a long yard. They run again to the right side, and that's close. They didn't get it. BYU faces 4th down, and West Virginia will get it back. I can see Jordan Allen is taking the field again, but there is some wear and tear. So he's not at full strength right now. West Virginia football. Again. Oh, what a play. They've been playing the running back the entire time, but they haven't made a play quite like that one. Back to pass. Oh, boy. Threw it right to him. I was not counting on that. It's intercepted. BYU at the 5. I'm thinking I got just the cornerback to worry about right here, and then the linebacker steps that way, and I screwed it up. 1st and 10, BYU. It's a throw to the outside. Good move, and Phillips has the touchdown, his 2nd. BYU makes us pay immediately, and it's a 2-score game all over again. Again, though, why aren't they going for 2? Like, a lot of these spots, there was logic late in 26. Teams not going for it for 2 when it made sense to, and that logic has bled over to this game. 1st and 10. And Bussy, can he get away? So we're basically back where we began, down 13. Hawkins. No, not that cornerback sitting down there. How does Latimer make that catch and Strawn hasn't caught anything in traffic in a year? I think I have to go for it. Got Allen on the left side here. I'd love to hit him or maybe take off with Hawkins. And it's going to be a throw for Allen. He couldn't make the catch. Up the seam to the running back. What a grab at the 10. 3rd and goal. Open on the screen. Great play. Touchdown BYU. Sellers, 239 passing yards. And now they're running away with it. Complete to Teron Francis with 5 minutes left to go. We had a really good setup there in a one-score game. I just threw it away. Throwing to the outside for Jordan Allen. First down. Throwing to Latimer right up the seam. Finally got one downfield, and to all players, it's the running back. Back to pass. Good hit on the quarterback. They're starting to get their pressure really quickly. Over the middle, off the hands of Strawn. 4th and 10. Passing outside, just can't even get close. Wide open running lane for BYU as we're just about done. One more time with Sellers. He slides to bring up 4th down. Ugly fourth quarter for West Virginia, and BYU misses the field goal. It's a 20-point game still. Austin Carlisle takes the field. And we'll throw this one quick to Hamilton for a gain of 6. Carlisle rolling and throwing. He finds Hamilton for a big gain. Throwing sideline now, and Jordan Allen with 6 seconds left. Rolling away from pressure, throwing, end zone too tall, and the game is over. West Virginia falls 34-14. We had a really good chance there in the fourth quarter. Had the ball in a 6-point game. And then I basically threw a pick 6. It was like the one mistake I couldn't afford to make in this game. BYU wins, and it looks like any hopes we had of a Big 12 championship appearance are over. BYU wins by 20. West Virginia, 2 of 8 on 3rd down, 0 for 3 on 4th down. We didn't have many answers for Lenoris Sellers. He was great. Had one bad play that we took advantage of, but had 3 touchdown passes, 260 yards. And Quentin Martin ran for 90, got off to a really good start in this game. Sellers also ran in a score. And their receivers did a really good job of giving Sellers clean, wide open looks. A lot of slants and posts, and they caught a lot of passes in traffic. For West Virginia, I thought we got off to a decent start, just flowing the offense together, and things just fell apart on us in the fourth. Had trouble putting together full possessions before that. Like, we're not making these 3rd down catches. We had a wide open pass on the first 3rd down of the day that was missed. So Hawkins was able to basically run and get us some big gains that gave us chances. Went forward on 4th down once and failed in scoring position. That was a missed opportunity. No sacks, 1 INT, and not many deflections. No deflections. So we did not get our hands near the football very often. A verbal commitment from 4-star running back Connor Ladd. That's the big one that we've been waiting on. And we get a verbal commitment from Kamani Yazzie, the 3-star tackle from Georgia. 3-star receiver Trey Powell verbally commits. Jermaine Cahill at guard. Ladd still only has the single offer. And now Yazzie has... That was a visit, so we're ahead of Tennessee, but not by as much as I'd like to be. Trey Powell, no one else is going after him right now. Jermaine Cahill will Duke put up the points here down the stretch. We'll see. First place for Shaq Michaels, and Cincinnati might be dropping out while Arizona State is interested. And we're closing the gap on Georgia Tech for receiver Ezekiel Soul. 5 offers here for LaRon Priestley, a very close battle, but Miami has the advantage. I think this is one where you're just trying to hold it out until the offseason and then see if other teams just stop going after him. I'm going to see if we can mount a comeback in this battle for Jeremiah Hicks. And yes, he's a 2-star tackle. But at this stage, most of the 3s and 4s are basically already made their decision, or it's too late to get into the match. Hicks, at least, I think would be solid depth. I think there are some good 2-star players out there. And we're going to try to pull off a comeback here against Charlotte. I've already offered a scholarship to Ruben Tam. We're just going to put some points into the battle. Colorado is even interested in him. So even 2-star tight ends can have some intrigue when they have 70 run blocking. We're not looking for a ton of pass catching skill. At 7-4, West Virginia now faces their final regular season opponent as we travel to take on K-State. Here are the updated conference standings. Now there are 6 teams in position. Kansas State only has 2 losses, so if they win, they get a spot. And there should be a huge tiebreaker to take care of here at the end of it, but no Big 12 title this year for West Virginia. I know Jordan Allen was shaken up in that game. Jalen Mbakwe also had some wear and tear. But I think overall, Jordan Allen is good to go. No wear and tear concerns with him. I've had some questions lately on if my offensive playbook is available to download. And on PlayStation 5, you can download it. The name is WVU Dynasty MRH. And it has the playbook that I'm using. Audibles are set up. It is game ready if you want to take it and use it yourself. And we'll see if I can take this playbook and have any more success against Kansas State. A couple of the top players for the Wildcats are out. Wendell Gregory, Rodney Fields, both injured. Their top All-American edge rusher, Jaden Woods, is good to go. And Larry Porter IV, gadget receiver. Donovan McIntosh, really athletic cornerback, has 4 picks this year, 4 passes broken up. Pretty solid looking team, and they are the number 16 team in the country with Dylan Duff at quarterback. Arm strength is kind of below average at 86. Okay accuracies, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions on the year. And he is a running threat with 85 speed. Oh, with Rodney Fields out, that really changes things for their backfield. How'd they get so many freshmen? You'd think I was handling this team with how many freshman running backs they have, but they appear to be like 1- and 2-star players. Kansas State does not have many uniforms. Current home option and current home. It just swaps out like the white and the gray. And my coin toss settings, by the way, my first choice is to kick. Yet, I never kick to start the game. Just put the coin toss back in the game. I'm not sure why they felt the need to save us the 5 seconds of doing the coin toss, but you get to see the captains, your team leaders, the players use gear you're customizing and everything. Just put the captains and the coin toss in the game. Kansas State hosting their final home game this year, and they have plans to go to the Big 12 championship. Well, what if West Virginia can come in and play a little spoiler and throw them into a messy tiebreaker and see where it all falls? That's our goal here in the season finale. And then we'll see what bowl game awaits the Mountaineers to conclude year 2 of the Dynasty. And we get the football first in this one. It is underway. Terry Bussey will handle it. There's a lane on the return as Bussey dashes out to the 31 and sets up Brandon Warren's offense for the final regular season game. Not a great offense this season. Play like it's a 0-0 scoreboard doesn't change. I was reading that. The thing is I tend to play better when I'm actually down by multiple scores. So can I just pretend it's 10-0 instead of 0-0? 1st and 10, first play goes to Amari Latimer, who was quiet in the game against BYU. He picks up 5. Hawkins, off play action, Now runs it ahead and picks up a West Virginia first down. Running with Latimer, getting through the line cleanly. He gets 7. 3rd down and 3. It is Latimer again for a Mountaineer first. Pass is complete to Sam Hamilton at the K-State 40. 3rd down and 4, West Virginia. Throwing on target, it's Prince Strong. Gain of 16. It's Latimer. Wide open space. Heads inside the 10, trucking through the safety. He's got to be near his total from the BYU game already. Duo package, 1st and goal. Running right. And that was an awkward angle. Hawkins tackled at the 8-yard line. Putting Francis over on the left side. 2nd down and goal. Hawkins steps up into pressure. And the ball comes out. We get it back, but face a very long 3rd and goal. They're playing soft. We're going to have to go underneath. It is incomplete. And we'll send on the field goal team. Sawyer Reynolds. Opening drive field goal is good. K-State gets started. They pitch it to the outside, and Matt Sieg sniffs it out. So the starter at running back is Tyrese Reeves, who is under a 70 overall. 2nd down and 12. Dylan Duff, the quarterback. It's a keeper. Duff heading outside. Slides, getting the 2 back. K-State facing 3rd and 10. To the outside, short of the sticks, and a 3 and out. Opening drive number 2 empty. Out goes Allen. In space with blockers. Allen gets the first down, gaining 15. Let's continue to spread this defense out. And go over the middle, complete to Terry Bussey. Inside give, and Latimer gets space. And a really good start on the ground has him at 5 carries for 53 yards. Latimer checks out. Penny Thompson checks in and loses 3. After a good start to the drive, now 3rd and 13. Have to get to the 25 for a first down. Hawkins hits. Got a couple yards closer. I'm not sure about a 54-yard field goal. What's the wind looking like? Yeah, that's not going to work. So we're not looking for much of a punt here. Awkward to punt from this close. Just got to kick him out of bounds. What a block. And running room now. Good hit from Sieg, but it's Tyrese Reeves. Throwing out to Reeves. Gets a block. Breaks the tackle. It turns into a solid gain. Sending 5 on 3rd down and throwing high over the middle, incomplete. 2 stops for West Virginia. Wanted that to go over his head initially, but we'll have a better result than a touchback at the 27. Latimer still out of the game. Thompson in his place as the 2nd quarter gets underway, and wide open is Sam Hamilton. Thompson working through the middle, a gain of 9. Penny Thompson gets a block and reaches the secondary. He's tackled at the 36. Ground and pound approach is working for the Mountaineers. And now we throw Hawkins at them. To the outside, what a stiff arm! Hawkins, are you kidding me? Who knew he had that in his bag? One-on-one with the safety. Hawkins takes him on and just tosses him out of the way. Play action. And left alone, Hamilton. Red zone trip now for the Mountaineers. Hawkins running to the outside in a foot race. The stiff arm again works, but he's not able to break the plane. 1 yard out, and here is the shotgun eye tight for the Mountaineers as Hawkins runs it left and breaks the plane. Michael Hawkins with another rushing touchdown has put West Virginia up 2 scores. And the Wildcats haven't done much offensively, so they're going to go to this duo look. That's a receiver, I think. That's a slightly different formation, I want to say. It didn't work for them, though. They lose 2. Now straight up the middle, Jamison with the hit. And that's going to be close to a first down. They mark him short. 3rd and inches. Running to the right. It is enough. Wildcats keep it with the quarterback now, and he doesn't go far. Banks makes the tackle. 3rd and 9. Bubble screen, and we're all over it. Bryson Banks with the tackle, and Kansas State has not looked good offensively. Thompson remains the running back. Latimer has like the lowest wear and tear above like being normal. Doesn't have any rating effects on him right now. 1st and 10. Thompson on the run, a gain of 2. I'm still experimenting with the wear and tear settings, so I'll have to look at my wear and tear auto subs. Penny Thompson with a tough run of 5. I talked today about spreading teams out, using the width of the field. Well, how about running some empty? Back to pass, and now throwing into traffic. Incomplete for Hamilton. Trips left. They run it right into defensive end Brandon Caesar. What a play. It's been a struggle for these guys. They're going to keep it on the ground on 3rd and 13. I don't quite understand that. Hawkins looks to change the play on 1st down as we get it back. And he's going to take off. Here's some room for Michael Hawkins running out at the 49. Latimer is in the game for the first time in a couple drives. Gets a yard. Hawkins, that works. Right up the middle. Should have handed that off. They rarely play Hawkins on the option, and that time they actually did. But we made it work anyway. Pressure coming. Over the top. 1-on-1. Incomplete. Trying to hit Francis. 3rd and 6. Throwing underneath. Jordan Allen stopped short. I'm going to take our points this time. We're going to go for the field goal. About a minute to go in the first half. And the kick is good. It's been all West Virginia. K-State's under 40 yards. They have a minute to go in the first half to try to get on the scoreboard. Great tackle made by Jamison. Rarely do we face a team and it feels like they're running too much. And that's where I think K-State finds themselves right now. Out in space with blockers ahead. It's a nice gain with 53 seconds on the clock. 3rd and 2. Doff steps up and meets Caesar. That is a sack. West Virginia calls their first timeout. 39 yards of offense in the first half for Kansas State. And West Virginia with 2 timeouts looks to add even more points as Robinson takes us straight ahead to the 37. Hawkins is rolling right, and there is Hamilton wide open. I've kind of liked Sam Hamilton this year. He's been a decent security blanket at tight end. As we'll call a timeout. Rolling out of the pocket. Pretty good coverage downfield. Now Hawkins will set up West Virginia in field goal range. And Sawyer Reynolds splits the uprights one more time to make this a 16-0 first half lead. What do squib kicks look like in this game? It's a decent time to break one out. Just kick it up like that. All right. End of the first half. And we have dominated. I wasn't expecting this. Kansas State opens the second half. With that gain of 2, they're across 40 yards now on the day, but they need to get some points. Do they have a snap in West Virginia territory yet? On the screen, all over it, good tackle by Toby Hastrup. This is the number 16 team in the country, and they don't look anything like it. 3rd and 10, Wildcats protect Duff for a while, but he has nobody open, coughed up the ball. That's the only way you're getting a first down. The flukiest play I've ever seen. How do you even... That's your best play of the day. That is incredible. We get the sack fumble, and it looked like maybe a fumble 6. Ball's out. And we just miss it there. Cohen Fuller can't find it. And it's the lineman for K-State rumbling for a first down. 1st and 10, Kansas State. Got to him again in the pocket. We've disrupted the quarterback quite a bit. So the analytics would tell you that Kansas State's best offensive strategy is to fumble the ball. Brought down in the backfield by Eli Thompson. On 3rd and 13, Duff steps up, now throws, and that's brought in West Virginia territory. So that, I think, eclipses the fumble return as their best play of the day. Ball at the 49. Dylan Duff says K-State's not out of it yet. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, and he keeps it. Duff running ahead close to the 40-yard line. Bubble screen. Not letting him get away. Good tackle made by Jordan Pierre. Bubble screen intercepted! Thrown right to Jalen Mbakwe. That's the defensive touchdown we thought we had a couple minutes ago. 49-yard pick 6. All West Virginia here in the season finale. I don't quite know what they're doing. Brandon Caesar just sacked Dylan Duff, and it's his 3rd sack of the game. These guys are playing like this was going to be an easy game. They look worse than any team we faced this season. Duff on 2nd and 16. I mean, that might be another sack for Caesar. No? 3rd down and 16. Duff. He tried to do the fumble again. He tried to break that out. You get one of those like every 10 years. So it's all West Virginia here in the third quarter. I wanted to throw that, but that has to happen so quickly. 5 yards, though, for Latimer. There's an awful lot to like about our offense, in this game at least. Swung out to Amari Latimer for a first down. Throwing to Sam Hamilton. West Virginia has a first down. Throwing on target. A downfield pass to Teron Francis. We're going to throw this one now. Francis spins across the 10-yard line for 8 more. And Hawkins on the keeper just broke another tackle, but loses 4 yards. We've never seen him break this many tackles in a game before. So K-State trying to keep us from reaching the end zone again. And they do. Second sack of the game. Kicker's been busy. Sawyer Reynolds. This kick is also good from 38 yards out. We're making all the open field tackles. I just don't know what K-State's really doing, because every play they run, like, we're just right there. Final play of the quarter, another screen. They're very screen heavy, and it has not worked out. To make things interesting, it looks like a system of rain has drifted into the area. It's a 3rd and 11. And the screen pass gets them 7 yards. Kansas State will leave the offense on. 4th and 4. Another screen. And the tackle's made by Bryson Banks. Like, they're calling screens like 90% of the time. Latimer straight ahead. There is a good run. West Virginia just trying to continue this blowout and finish the game strong. Play action. Over the middle for Strawn. Good block. Stumbling. Latimer lost his balance. And back to pass. Running now. Hawkins has a 1st and goal. This is a swing pass for Amari Latimer, and he scores through the air as West Virginia crosses 30 and are blowing out K-State here in the finale. It is now 33-0. We have some players affected by wear and tear, and given the scoreboard, it's just a good time to call in the backups for the rest of this game. The starters can rest up for our bowl game. The backups will take it from here, 33-0. I don't know what to say about this game. Like, I remember Texas in, which of my dynasties was it? Buffalo or Arkansas State? Now, I can't remember. But, like, they ran a scheme that was just so easy to stop. I thought this Texas matchup was going to be tough, and then, like, they just ran a bunch of bad RPOs and screens, and we won the game easily. This is kind of what that feels like. Kansas State just hasn't done anything well, either side of the ball. Quarterback keeper. Dylan Duff gets a 1st down. 2nd and 10. Duff over the middle. K-State is into West Virginia territory. Running right. Running room and a 1st down. Facing 3rd and 10. Duff out of the pocket. Could run and does. And for the first time, Kansas State can smell the red zone. Duff complete, and it's goal to go for the first time. Shutout on the line now, backups. Still have a few starters out there. Tyreek Jamison is in the game. Fake from Duff. Swings it out. Good tackle. On 3rd and goal, Duff now sprints left. Takes off, but slides shy of the end zone. Trying to keep the shutout. 4th and goal. Come on, defense. What do you got? Duff back to pass. Throws, and he held on. Touchdown, Kansas State. James Hagan is getting the final minutes of this game at quarterback. I think it's just the 2nd time he's checked into a game this season. Gordon McElmurray loses 2. McElmurray back above 0 and picks up 11 yards. Hagan was the quarterback I picked up in our first recruiting class He finds Jordan Allen for a first down. So down the road, he could be a starter one day. Want to make sure we have some guys developing on the bench. McElmurray straight up the middle with great speed, and he takes off. He will take it the distance. It is a 60-yard touchdown for the freshman. Next season, I think his role expands. But he has just helped West Virginia get to 40 points. Like, I'm just wondering if their team is ravaged by wear and tear or what the whole situation is, because they've just seemed kind of slow and ineffective. And what I'm seeing here, I guess the left guard has severe. It's not affecting his ratings in a significant way. Yeah, I don't know. This game just played out different than everything else. Am I playing on freshmen? What do we got here? Still Heisman, apparently. Hasn't felt like it as much in this game. Tyreek Jamison in the backfield. I think it's time for this one to just end for K-State. What a game for West Virginia. It'll be a triumphant end to the year and our 8th victory, flipping our record from 4-8 last year to 8-4 this season. Nice pickup on the outside. And we have a bowl game, so we could still get to 9 wins. Do we have one more play? Kansas State lined up, and they will not snap the football. That is it. So the Big 12 championship is looking interesting, with probably a lot of teams tied with 3 losses. But we have 4. And West Virginia does successfully play spoiler. Michael Hawkins had a really good game. I think you name any player on our team and they probably had a pretty good game. A good confidence builder going into the true finale in our bowl game to end year 2. I'll have to see if there are anything I want to spend my points on. 60 coach points now for Brandon Warren. And here are the stats. 191 yards of offense for Kansas State. They averaged 3.5 yards a play. It's probably the worst offensive performance from an opponent in this 2-year series. K-State, 23 of 30, so efficient, but only for 126 yards. A lot of those being screen passes. Dylan Duff ran 37 yards. Reeves, 14 carries, 28 yards. And their leading receiver had 36 receiving yards. Meanwhile, 17 of 23 passing from Michael Hawkins, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. With a running game, that gave us 90 from Hawkins, 71 from Latimer, 69 from Gordon McElmurray, and even 28 from Penny Thompson. Sam Hamilton, 5 catches. He was the leading receiver, 49 yards. And defensively, Tyreek Jamison, 3 more TFLs. Brandon Caesar, a 3-sack day. And Jalen Mbakwe had the pick 6. Jalen Mbakwe is Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. And now we get a Week 14 bye. Here's a look at the conference standings. You did have 4 teams finish with 3 losses. So we'll see how that sorts itself out. And Kamani Yazzie has joined our recruiting class officially with the hard commits. Shaq Michaels hard commits. So now we have a 4-player class. It's conference championship week. Let's see who's meeting in the Big 12. K-State still makes it in. They face Arizona. But here are your matchups. We see San Jose State in the top 25. Colorado State, New Mexico State, Sam Houston. Tulsa's up at 13. Interesting top 25 here in the second season. This was a tough year for the offense after it was really good in year 1. And I think going into next year might be a good idea for us to look at a new offensive coordinator. We are going to fire Jason Foster. Oh, wow, we got locked out by LaRon Priestley. We weren't able to stay in the top 5. So we still have 8 open battles currently for high school players. We're trailing right now for the 2-star talent. We're trying to close the gap. I actually have half the board as 2 stars right now, and that's something I've really never done. Like, since this series came back with College Football 25, I haven't really had to recruit 2 stars in, like, any capacity. Not really complaining about it, it's just different, and I want to see where this all ends up, because our class is small, the board was competitive, and with 400 hours, like, I can only make so many of these battles go in our favor. But Connor Ladd is in a great spot, Trey Powell, Jermaine Cahill, like, we're in a really good spot for the 3 stars, it's the 2s that I'm more worried about. And now, what do I do with my remaining hours? Because I'm always going to spend them. Not only does every single 4-star player have at least 1 offer, but there is only 1 3-star player with no offers here at the end of the year. I'm glad this is something that they've finally addressed with the game, because like shortcutting recruiting with players just going unrecruited is kind of boring. I know we have a lot of space on our roster, so I feel like during the off season, like, you're better off just filling those spots, even if it's with players that may never play. Maybe you get lucky and a player develops well, but I might end up just offering scholarships to, dare I say, even a 1-star player or something, just to fill this roster out. But there should still be plenty of 2s, where if I want to just fill the roster and add players, I can do that. Wow, quarterback is interesting. Even all the 2 stars have offers. So if you want to go find like an unrecruited quarterback, you have to pick a 1-star. That changes the game. And even some of the 2-star quarterbacks want 35, 45 NIL. Just kind of cool to see how this has changed this year. 2-star gem linebacker, Enrique Amaro. 89 speed for a 2-star running back in 90 change of direction. Kind of interested in Jazeer Swope. So is UConn. But moving on past the conference championship week, it's bowl season. And Connor Ladd has hard committed. He ain't going nowhere. The Morgantown native 4-star running back will be playing for the Mountaineers. We now have 2 4-star commits in this series. They're both running backs. And we get Trey Powell from Virginia, Jermaine Cahill, another West Virginia player, and that adds 3 more players to our class. Here's how conference championship week went. Sam Houston beat New Mexico State. Boise State wins the Pac-12 over Colorado State. NDSU, second year in the FBS, falls to San Jose State for the Mountain West. Miami beats Clemson for the ACC. Western Michigan takes the MAC. And Kansas State bounces back from the loss to us, and they beat Arizona 34-21. Louisiana beats Old Dominion. We've got USF over Tulsa. Tennessee over Georgia 34-16, a dominant win in the SEC. And USC tops Ohio State by a field goal for the Big Ten title. It's time for this year's Heisman Trophy ceremony. We have Washington quarterback Damon Williams with 37 touchdowns, 3,700 yards. And I have not seen who's been leading the voting. Darian Mensah from Miami. I mean, he's a little bit lower in yardage and touchdowns. Sam Levitt from LSU. Still has like the ASU colored suit though. Give me a running back though. Switch it up. Bo Jackson at running back. My vote goes to Bo. Bo Jackson was so good in the Arkansas State Dynasty the 1 year we had him. I don't care if he just came to us for a year and left to Texas. That was a fun season. All right, who's bringing it home this year? You have 3 quarterbacks and a running back. Come on, Bo, you got this. Damon Williams is the Heisman Trophy winner. The Washington Husky quarterback. And there you go. It's been a great year for the Huskies. And Damon Williams is the newest Heisman winner. The Jet Award goes to Terry Bussey after Keyshawn Robinson won it last season. Bussey did have a kick return touchdown. And we're matched up with Old Dominion in the New Mexico Bowl. So we don't play a Power 4 team, but we play an Old Dominion team that won their conference. I'm sorry, they lost the Sun Belt. So we get to face one of the better G5 teams, it seems. After blowing out K-State, that doesn't sound like a very daunting matchup. Here is a look at the Monarchs. They have an 84 overall receiver as one of their top players. They have an 85 overall running back. Who's the quarterback for them? Holden Brown, 76 overall junior quarterback. Old Dominion is a half-star program, and this will be our final opponent of Season 2. We'll look at the staff next episode, but I wanted to take a look at early National Signing Day, get a look at some of those dev traits. So our class finally has more players. It's still going to rank toward the bottom with only 7 players in the class. I don't know how you could get to 30 right now. 20 of them, though, for Iowa State are 2 stars. But we have 1, 4, 6 3-star players. I've also been locked out for a lot of those 2-star targets that I had. So that's uncharted territory, seeing how tough that is. I found Amaro last session, and now we can't even target him. So the board is as small as it's really ever been going into the offseason, essentially. So let's take a look at dev traits. We'll save Connor Ladd for the end. We will have a new fullback next year, Shaq Michaels. Michaels has impact development. Trey Powell at receiver. Normal development, 86 speed, 83 acceleration, okay route runner. Jermaine Cahill has normal development at guard. Harvey Stewart has normal at edge. Kamani Yazzie, star at tackle. Outstanding run block power. And with a high ceiling, I think he'll be a starter before too long. Normal for Isaiah Dennis. That is a lot of normal dev players. But what about Morgantown's own Connor Ladd? The 4-star running back has elite development! Wow! West Virginia's getting a really good running back next season. Now, I'm not sure how much he contributes in year 1. Given juke, spin, catching are all very low. But we got to keep him happy, keep him at the program. What's his deal breaker? Doesn't say here. Wow. They gave us an elite gem running back right in the city we play in. How about that? So there you have it, everybody. The regular season is complete. West Virginia goes 8-4, coming off that 4-8 season. We get a bowl game against Old Dominion, and then we're on to the next off season and setting up year 3. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and I'll have the conclusion to year 2 coming your way next time. Take care, everybody.